Hi everybody, it's Sandy again. Today is Saturday, October the 28th, and I am back for, I'm not sure what number it is, maybe 7th? I don't know. I'll look that up before I put the number on the video to put it out there to upload it. I welcome all my returning subscribers. And if you are new to my channel, please, if you are so inclined, subscribe. I enjoy seeing that I have new subscribers. Kind of gives you a good feeling inside. I know it's not a popularity contest or anything like that, but it still gives you kind of a good feeling every time you see you've picked up a new subscriber. So, I hope everybody's been having a good day, good week. It's kind of a dull, dreary day in northern Ohio. It was raining earlier today, and my husband and I went out, did a little cleaning this morning. Then we went out to lunch, went to Bob Evans. Always enjoy Bob Evans. And then we stopped at Walmart for a few minutes. And on the way home, the sun actually came out for just a few minutes, but it's gone now. So I have some lights on in here, hoping that it will brighten up the video. That one right there, I see that it's just kind of making a really big, I don't know what you want to call that on the wall back there in the ceiling. But I think I do need the light in here so that you'll be able to see what we're trying to look at. I've been having a good couple of weeks, trying to get caught up on all my housework that I kind of got behind on when I had been ill, and I'm feeling good, really good, so we're not even going to talk about that. What was I going to say? Oh, I even got a few windows washed. And I try to do that once, twice a year, depending on, you know, how dirty the window gets. It's always good to be able to look out the window. Okay, let's get into it. This shouldn't be a very long video, so I'm kind of just taking it easy here. Last time that I was with you, I had shown you some purchases. And I said that I had a couple of items that hadn't arrived yet. Well, they did come, so I wanted to show them to you. The first item was just a tiny little thing, and it is a cross-stitch ruler, and it has the counts on for 14, 18, 22, 28, and 30. And it also is an actual ruler. What I use these for is when I'm stitching. Let me see if I can grab one. I didn't plan this, but I just thought of it. Let me reach over here. Well, if I can get things to stop sticking to the magnet. Here we go. I use, and I don't want to show you the chart, so I guess I'll push this down here and cover the chart up. I use these magnetic boards like this when I'm stitching, and you can see I have one of those little rulers that comes with it, but I'm going to pull this off of here so you can see what happens after you've been using one for quite a while and you are marking, highlighting on your chart like I do. I don't know if you could see on the top and the bottom of that. See how it's starting to, the top is starting to peel up a little bit, and there's all that dark on there. And then eventually that starts coming off on your fingers. And then once it's on your fingers, then it's on your fabric. And so I wanted to replace those without having to buy a whole new board because this is still good. So I happened to find these on Amazon, and I did pay a little bit extra for them, but I think they were just over $5, but they shipped free from the UK, and they're just so nice, and they're totally flexible. And I really enjoy that. The other ones, sometimes when I go to slide them down to go to the next row on my chart, they'd be a little bit hard to move. These move real easy. So, and these are, they say Siesta Magnetic Stitch Counter on it. And the company that actually fulfilled, it was through Amazon, but the fulfillment company, let me find it here, was Quilted Bear Magnetic Stitch Counter Ruler is what it was called. And this came from the UK, and it, I think it said it came from Quilted Bear. Yes, thank you for buying from Quilted Bear Limited on Amazon Marketplace. But they did ship free, and so to me it was worth. In fact, I'm wishing now that I would have bought more of these. And so sometime in the future when I'm placing another Amazon order, I probably will order a couple of more of those. I really like it. Okay, now the next thing. Oh, I was so excited about this. So much to love. I saw everybody's projects bags, and I know a lot of you are making them, and I just don't want to take the time to learn how to do that. And I used to sew clothes. In fact, I made a beautiful dress for my, I don't know if I told you, my oldest granddaughter when she was baptized. I made a beautiful dress for her, white dress. The top material was eyelet, and then I lined it underneath with white. I think I used my white muslin. It's been so many years ago. She's 20 now, and this was when she was tiny. In fact, 2 of the girls wore it as a baptismal dress. So I did used to sew, but I got away from it, and I don't know, just don't feel like I want to be bothered. So I found this on So Much to Love clearance, and I just love it. It's kittens. You know how much I love my cats. And as I've said before, my cats are all rescue cats. They were strays out here in the neighborhood that we took in. And here's the back. Look at all those kitties and the flowers. My 2 favorite things, flowers and kittens. And well, not necessarily kittens, cats. And on the inside, there is this very pretty, I don't think you can see the color in there, but it's kind of a lavender purpley in there. It's just beautiful. And so I now have a project bag, and I'm really pleased with it. And of course it has the So Much to Love logo there. And so there is that. So now all the things that I had ordered have come in, and I'm really happy. Okay, the next thing. I won a giveaway. I don't think she's sent it out yet, so I haven't received it yet, but I'll show it to you when I get it. But it was a little kit, and it was from Shelly, the Moonlight Stitcher. Thank you so much, Shelly. She told me that she's been watching my videos from the beginning, and I'm always happy when we do some kind of cross thing with someone who's been watching you and you've been watching them, and it's all enjoyable. So again, thank you, Shelly. I look forward to that kit coming and then being able to get started on it. Okay, I'm going to show you my whips. Before I show you my whips, I don't know if you remember, but in my last video, I had worked on just about every single whip I had. And I actually got a couple of comments. Wow, you have really been stitching. Well, doing that, I was maybe averaging 2 days per project, and I kind of burned out. My stitchy bug started to leave. And I thought, oh man, before it gets all the way out the door, I've got to figure out what am I going to do to get it back and keep it and not feel like I felt. And I thought, I've got to slow down. I've got to take one project at a time and put some love into it so that I can start seeing some things finish. And the other thing is I've got several projects now that only need back stitching. Now I'm trying to back stitch as I go now, but I still got, it's not a lot of back stitching. It's just, it's not my favorite thing to do. And I put it off and I put it off. So I'm still putting it off, but I'm going to be working on that. But what I did was I only worked on three projects over the last 2 weeks. There was a couple days I didn't stitch at all. You know, you all know things happen and you can't always stitch every single day, especially if you're working. I'm not working, but I remember how those days of working are. Sometimes by the time you get home, you are just done for. Get you a bowl of cereal or something to eat and go to bed. So I'm going to show you what I did work on. This one is the one that I have been working on with a stitch along with Sandra Stitches, and she was so much further ahead of me because I am slow. And so what I did was I worked on this most of a week to try to catch up, and what we were doing is stitching on this on Saturdays, and I think she stitched on hers a little extra here and there too to try to keep up with things. And this is called Side by Side. It's from the Stony Creek Outhouse collection. I don't have that booklet out here, but I've showed it to you before, and there's enough done on this now that you can kind of tell what's going on. And so this is where I'm at right now. And this is 14 count green Aida. Try to get it up there where you can see the color maybe of the Aida. And let's see, I can't tell what you can see. It's so, I'm hoping that you're seeing it. Okay, pull it back just a little bit. And I've been kind of trying to back stitch on this as I go. And that's where I'm at. I am using this for the cross stitch finish line stitch-a-thon this weekend. So I stitched on this a little bit last night. Pretty much I just did this little bit right up in here. I don't get a whole lot of stitching done in the evening. Usually I stitch during the day. And so I'm going to be working on that the rest of the weekend for the stitch-a-thon, and we'll see where I'm at come Monday. So that is that one. Okay, then I had been doing my witch for the cross stitch finish line Witchy Sal, which started in October, and this is where I'm at. If you can, let me try holding something up here and see if that'll help because of that light back there. And you can see there's some dirt on there. I think that was from one of those rulers. And so I'm hoping that's going to wash out of there. This is on 14 count Aida. I think it's like a cream or an ivory or something. It was just a scrap piece that I had. And this only has back stitch left on the witch. I have completely finished all the cauldron and the back stitching on the cauldron and the little frog up here, but I've got back stitching coming down. There's some in here. There's up here in the witch's face. The shoes are back stitched, but there's some back stitching that's a different color. It's not the regular black back stitching that's around portions of the witch's dress here. And I think I have some over here too. I'm not sure. I'd have to yeah, there's back stitching that's going to be needed there and up around the hat here. So I will be working on that and getting that finished. And I have thought about what am I going to do with this? And what I'm thinking now is that I may make this into a little tiny pillow that I could put out for Halloween. And I do have some Halloween fabric up there that was gifted to me when my friend gave up cross-stitching and all of her stuff. And So I may do that, use that as the backing and make this into a little pillow. Not absolutely sure yet, but I'm kind of leaning that way. Okay, and then my last project that I worked on this week, and it wasn't a huge amount, but I love it. And it is my Quaker diamonds. And I think I told you guys before, I have never ever done a project like this, never done a sampler, never done these kind of motifs. But I saw someone else doing this, and this just kind of reached out and touched me and said, Sandy, this is something you'd like to stitch. And I've told you before, I felt I couldn't afford the expensive Valdani threads, and so my LNS owner worked with me to, we've got Weeks Dye Works and I can never remember the name of, oh, Gentle Arts. Two of them are Gentle Arts. And I've shared this conversion with somebody else, Crafty Cat Stitcher, I think. I'm sorry. You know how we are. We get on these videos and we can't remember anything. I don't know how that happens. I hear everybody else say it too. But here's where I'm at. It's not a huge start, but I felt so good when I finished that big diamond in here. And I sat there, and I probably wasted a lot of time because I sat there and I just kept looking at it. And I would turn it this way, and I would turn it this way, and I would turn it upside down, and then I'd turn it back, and I looked at it and I kept thinking, oh, I love this, I love this, I love this. And this fabric, got to tell you about the fabric. This is 14 count Jovelin Ada from Wichelt. It's called Dense Fog, and this is so nice to stitch on. I love it. That's all I can say. And I look forward to continuing to work on this. And I think that's going to be jumping into my rotation quite often because I really do love it. Okay, now the next thing here is, this is just for laughs. I thought everybody needs a laugh. Last video I told you I went to my 50th class reunion and had a good time. But I thought, what a lark if I showed you my graduation picture from 50 years ago. And you can look at me now and look at me then, and then you can laugh, okay? Because I laugh. So I want everybody to get ready, get a big smile on your face, and get ready to laugh, because here we go. This is it, 1967. Actually, the picture is from 1966 because the pictures were taken in the fall. Actually, it was still summer. I don't even think school had started when they used to have us get our graduation pictures taken, because things moved a lot slower back in the 60s. And so this is me. I'm going to get over here, and or maybe I should put this on this side because it lights over there. Let me try it this way. Okay, oh, no, then it shines on it. We'll hold it right there. Look at that dress. That's a sailor dress. That is a collar that goes all the way around to the back. That was our styles back then. And in fact, I don't even think we bought that dress. I think that was a hand-me-down from somebody else. But everybody wore dresses back then. You didn't wear pants to school. That was a big no-no. And so there I am in 1966. Those dark cat eye glasses. They didn't have the wire rims yet. And my long hair. And so there it is. 50 years ago. Actually, it's more than 50 years ago now, because 1966. I guess we're looking at 51 years ago. Oh my gosh. It seems so hard to believe. But anyways, I thought that would be good for her. That would be a good laugh. You could see what 51 years does to a person. So anyways, there we go. So now what I wanted to talk to you about now that we've had our laugh. All right, the magazines that I have that I said I would give away and stuff. All right, I told you the last time I wasn't sure how much the postage was going to cost me to send overseas, UK, Finland, wherever. Now I know. It was expensive. It's an average of about, to send 2 magazines over there is about $8. And I thought, I've got a lot of magazines to give away, and if they all, it seems like the people, you stitchers in the UK, are the ones that are having the hardest time getting a hold of these old magazines, and you have the interest in them. And that's a lot to have to shell out to stitch or to send 2 magazines. So here's the question. UK stitchers, anywhere over there in Europe, stitchers that are watching, that are interested in these, would you be willing to pay $8 to have 2 magazines shipped to you? I have a PayPal account. If people are willing to do that, what we could do is whoever would be, if it's just one person that wanted them, or if there's more than one, I would pick a name. But I would invoice you through PayPal, and then you could pay the invoice, and then I could ship the magazines. What I'm going to do this time is I took a magazine and I broke it down. And I'm going to give away these charts. I can ship these. I checked with the U.S. Postal Service, and for the weight of the items that I have, even if it goes to Finland, UK, wherever over there, it would cost me $1.15. $1.15 a couple of times is not that big of a deal, so I'm not worried about it. So these charts are going to be available to anybody, and I will ship them out for free. But please comment if you are one of those people that are interested in getting the full magazine, because I still have a ton of them up there. Would you be willing to pay $8 to have them shipped to you for 2 magazines? So that would be $4 a magazine. I know you can't buy anything for $4, but these are old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I have here to send out this time. If you are interested, please, you must be a subscriber. Please don't mention the word giveaway. For each one of these, I'll tell you what you need to put in the comments if you are interested in this. And anybody is welcome to put your name in there to get these. I don't know how much interest there is in this old stuff. I know I've seen some things. I've put some magazines aside that there's stuff that I want to stitch, but I don't know about anybody else because everybody's interests are different. All right, this is the first item, and this is just one. Some of these there's 2 because things were front and back. And this is Peter Cottontail Sampler. So I'm going to hold this up here, see if we can get this into focus. And this is, as I said, Peter Cottontail Sampler. If you are interested in this, please just put, you would love to stitch the Peter Sampler. That's short and sweet. All right, the next one. There's a couple of things on this. The first is what they did was they had children draw some pictures, and then they made them into cross-stitch designs. And so the first one in this grouping is, it's called From Crayons to Cross-Stitch. And this is, and they made it into a pillow, and I'm hoping I'm getting that so you can see it. It's kind of cute. And I think the child was trying to draw the cat. And along with that, I'm trying to see, you don't see the charts here. Okay, along with that is the chart for this one. You can see that. So that will be together as one group, and for that one, you could put down that you would like to stitch the crayon piece. The next one, get this in the, this is called Springtime Bunny. I'm trying to make sure I'm not showing you what I shouldn't be showing. And there is Springtime Bunny, really cute. So if you are interested in this one, please say that you are interested in the Spring Bunny. And there are a couple of little things on the back that are coming with it. There's a football and a basketball and a golf ball with a golf club about ready to hit it, and all the info is there, and it's just the chart, so I can't really show it to you, but that's also a part of this. So that's the Springtime Bunny, and I have one more, and these are ornaments, and they're Hardanger, and I want to check and see if there's anything here other than the ornaments before I... Oh yeah, there's also this one on the... Yep, that has a chart on the back. So actually this one is going to have two things. And here are the Hardanger ornaments. There is instructions for the one that is on white and instructions for the one that is on the scarlet color. I think that's scarlet. Poinsettia on red and poinsettia on white. So there are those two ornaments. And then also along with that will be, and I'm going to put this on this so you'll be able to see it, is this tart. And the it's called the Tartlet Pan. It was a contest, but all the information is here for making the chart is on the back for the tart pan there. You can see that. So if you're interested in this one, just say you're interested in the ornaments, and then I can get that one out to you. Okay, that is all for that. So, future. I already told you about my future. I was planning on starting after Halloween, probably after the first week of November. I have that Santa that I showed you the last time in my last video that I'm going to do just because I like to be stitching something that has some Christmassy stuff in it for around the holiday season. So I will start that and work on it off and on. I have no plans to try to rush it out for Christmas or anything like that. As far as 2018, and I was like, I heard other people talking about their plans for 2018, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're already getting ready to head into 2018. It's like, wow, time is really just, the older you get, the faster it goes. Remember when you were a kid and it just seemed like time just dragged and dragged, especially when you were in school or sometimes at work. But it seems like once you retire, those days just go just like that. It's like you wake up and then you go to sleep. You wake up and you go to sleep, and it's like, where did the whole day go? But anyways, I had seen some charts that different people are doing, and they kind of sparked an interest, so I've written down those, and when I'm watching the videos, and I got behind, and I've been trying to play catch up, and it's like I need to get caught up because every so often there's a lot of people that are doing weekly videos, and they'll have a giveaway, and I'm watching it, and it's already time. They've probably already done a new video, so I missed out on signing up to win something, you know, that they were giving away. So I thought, man, you know, I got to get caught up, so I'm working on that. So I've written those chart names down and going to check them out and see if my local LNS has them. But, you know, I'm working on so many different things. I'm no rush right now. Okay, last thing. Wanted to talk about a couple of books. Most of the books that I get, I have a Kindle, so I either go through my public library and download them to my Kindle, which is free, or I go to the bookstore on the Kindle, which is to Amazon, and I look for free books. And I rarely anymore ever pay for a book. I don't need the hard book. If I feel like I need to have a book that I'm reading, I go to the library and I'll get one. But anyway, somebody had mentioned this one book, and I checked. I got it through the library and downloaded it to my Kindle, and oh my gosh, it was so good. It's called Behind Closed Doors, and the author is B.A. Paris, Paris, and it's so good. And the only thing that I'm going to tell you about it is on the front of the book. It says, "The Perfect Marriage?" question mark, or "The Perfect Lie?" question mark. It is thrilling. It holds your attention. In fact, I think I read it in like 3, maybe 4 days. And I usually don't read a book that quickly. I read quickly, but usually not that quickly. Okay, another one. Now these next two, I got them through Amazon, the free book program. But I did go on Amazon and look to see, are they available to purchase now? And they are. So, one is called All the Dancing Birds. All the Dancing Birds. It's written by Auburn, and that's, if you're writing this down, it's Auburn, and the last name is Macanta, McCanta. Auburn Macanta. This is a story written through the eyes of a woman who has Alzheimer's. And it's basically telling her story. It's fiction, but it was researched very thoroughly. And it was an awesome book. It was a little bit heartbreaking, because as a senior, I have those times where I can't remember stuff, senior moments. And when I would read something about the thoughts that were going through her head or that weren't going through her head, it kind of hit home when I thought about the things I forget. And my husband, with his Parkinson's, suffers from short-term memory loss. And I kind of identified for him through this book. And it was an awesome story. I don't care how old you are, whether you're young or old. I think this is a good read because of the fact that Alzheimer's is affecting so many people. And if you have someone in your family that is going through this, reading a book like this, even though it was fiction, I think it would be really helpful. So there's that one, and that was called All the Dancing Birds by Auburn Macanta. Okay, and the last one I'm reading currently, I'm about a little over halfway done with it. And it is a thriller. It's a legal thriller. And it is just, I think I've only been reading it for 2 days, and I am over halfway done with it. In fact, I didn't want to stitch yesterday. I wanted to read this book. It is called Unintended Consequences. It's written by Marty Green, and that's M-A-R-T-I, and last name Green, just like the color. And it's one of these, it's out of a series. It was book 1 from a series, but each book is a separate story in itself. It's not a continuation. It's called The Innocent Prisoners Project. And basically the whole premise with this book is that there's a man on death row for murdering his daughter when she was 4 years old. His wife has said that he did it, but now a story is coming out 17 years later. I think it's like 17 years later, and that he probably did not kill his daughter. So now the question is, why? Why did he wait 17 years? Where is his daughter? Who is the little girl that was found in a field, murdered? Calling it a thriller is, yeah. In fact, I need to go and stitch when I get done here, but I want to go read that book. So I'm going to have to make a choice. Stitch-a-thon. I need to get 500 stitches in this weekend. So anyways, that is my video. I hope you've enjoyed visiting with me today. I certainly enjoy being here with you guys and sharing some of my information and sharing my stitching. And I will be back in a couple of weeks. I'm trying to do these about every 2 weeks because that way I don't have to have, it doesn't take me hours just to get everything together to make a video. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their weekend and fantastic stitching. Keep the frog away. And I look forward to all your likes, subscribers, new subscribers. Look forward to any comments that you have, and please let me know about you overseas people. Do you want me just to send out charts this way like I'm doing it today, or do you want the magazines themselves, and are you willing to pay $8 for 2 of them? So let me know any comments or criticisms or ways you think I could do things better. Excuse me, I just burped a little bit there. I look forward to seeing all of that. So until the next time, take care and happy stitching. Bye.